Hello. I need to now do this. Drop my controller. There we go. Look at that. Then okay, so that looks about the same. Let's see what happens when I now turn on. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so I've got this. Now I'm gonna go back to my filters. This is see. So from here, my screen looks like garbage. Okay, this is not the time to be looking at this, but I don't like I want to figure it out. I want to figure it out. Why is it that when I do like this just completely distorts it? Okay. Strong, clean, yes. Okay. All right. I guess I'm not gonna get everything I want. I'm wasting a lot of time here. Oh. All right, let's go back to here. It pains me. Just like, I don't know. Like it looks better on my oh. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, I just read that again. No. Okay. Filters. No. Properties. There you go. There's a lot going on right now. Okay, like it looks better on my OBS preview window than it does when I actually try to look at it. And that aggravates me. That makes me want to that oh. Okay, maybe if I do this, maybe if I do open scene projector and then maybe if I look at no, that doesn't really make a difference. Okay. All right. I wasted enough time. I'm just gonna have to make peace with it. It just doesn't colors aren't really popping in the way that I would like them to. Oh well, right? Like what else? Literally what am I gonna do about it? So by the way, today the stream is gonna be pretty boring. There's only one real reason I'm streaming right now. And it's because I just want to do 4 streams this week. That is the purpose. There's no other reason other than that. Yeah. And I'll tell you why the stream is boring is because this is all we're doing. Like I am just going to watch the force yourself to it because I want to see if there's anything I can learn from this. Oh, is it? It's actually making us go through this. Yes, I do want to end the lesson because I want maker. There we go. All right, so I've done the first 3. And I really just want to see if there's anything here that is worth noting. Like, is there anything here that, like, any good, design philosophies? See if there's anything they talk about storytelling or anything, you know, just to develop a sort of knowledge of what's going on here, and to, you know, have fun with this part of the game, which is otherwise, I mean, it's not that this is boring, but can feel boring. Okay, sometimes when you're testing a course, you notice something that isn't quite right. Yeah, like all the time, but I always fix it right away. Cool. So let's talk about ways to fix mistakes. First, please play through this area, Nina. So this beginner section is mostly going to be, what is it? This beginner section is mostly going to be just like introduction on how to play the game, which is maybe not what people are really looking for. No way I can make that jump. Yes, I sabotaged your controller for demonstration purposes. This gap is too wide for you to jump over. So how do you think we can fix this problem, Nina? So by buying me a new controller, or we just make the gap smaller. How do you make a Mario Maker level feel full? Like make it feel professional? That's something that curiouses me. And maybe we'll find out by just playing some of them too. Each section and fixing as you go is a good way to improve your course. When you come across a problem in your course, try fixing it. Let's always find a solution. So. Still thinking things on your controller is the best solution. Seriously, I just bought this thing. Every problem has multiple solutions. Watch the lesson again. No. I'm good. All right. Testing. There's a path to the goal now. That means our level is finished, right? Wrong. Not quite. Have you played it from the very beginning? So far, so good. Visual flair. But the problem with visual flair is that the player might think that that is part of something. Well, I didn't realize like being an alternative path. Cool. Sometimes do things you don't anticipate. When you're testing your course, try to get into the mind of the player and find alternate routes. Best to know all the ways your course can be played so you can shape your vision. I was so focused on making the top path, I didn't realize players could take the bottom path. I'm always taking the bottom path. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm always on the path of that is at the bottom. That's all. That's me. That's me. Happens to the best of us, and I actually found the bottom path to be more exciting. I also find the bottom path to be more exciting. I find it to be the more fun. Just goes to show, when you think you're done with your course, try playing it from the beginning with fresh eyes. Watch the lesson again? No, thank you. How many do we have? We've got 15, so not too many. We can probably get through at least the beginner and intermediate ones today. Using parts terrain. In this lesson, we'll talk about the terrain parts. Start with the ground. Will I play Mario Maker 2? I don't know. I think it might be fun to use it. I don't know, maybe for like a YouTube video or something, just to like think about it as a part of like the I don't know, a way to practice creativity. Placing terrains like so creates platforms that Mario has to jump on. But there's no rule saying the ground tiles have to be placed on the ground. You can also place them in the air and make floating islands. Yes, you can. For the bridges, semi-solid platforms, and mushroom platforms. Parts of Mario can jump through them from below to get on them, but you can't get through them from above. Let me show you something. And so that's something you never realized, is that the only ones where you can't jump through are like these really solid ground ones, and everything else is sort of implying that you can jump through them. You know, do you think you can get these 4 coins? The ones in the middle, easy peasy. I got the coins. Not me, Nina did. No, the walls are too high. I can't get out. Coo. Remember to keep in mind how high Mario can jump when designing your course. I like the little giggle. All right, using parts blocks. Using parts blocks. Cuckoo. The block and block parts are some of the most okay. The brick block and the question mark block parts are some of the most versatile and iconic tools in your Maker toolbox. Mario can walk on blocks and blocks, meaning you can use them as mid-air platforms. Let's try walking some blocks. Next, I'm gonna place some blocks. You can put various parts inside of a block. Oh yeah, so let's stuff some parts in these blocks. Let's go, Super Mushroom. Trampoline time, baby. And you can stick a Goomba in them. Okay, that's an odd choice, but a green Koopa Troopa. I'm getting told for this. Go ahead and play it, you know. Try and stop me. That's funny. I like the dynamic they're building. That's something Nintendo's really good at. Sort of like creating these like characters with the specific purpose of a game mechanic or something, and then like making them more fun. Huh. Kind of annoying when enemies come out of blocks. If a player hits a block, they expect to find something good inside. I recommend you avoid putting enemies in them unless you can think of a fun reason to do so. That's interesting. It's like fun above all else is sort of like the hierarchy they're going here. It's like, yes, you can put an enemy there, but it's only a sin if it's not fun. If you do anything that does not give the player more fun, you are basically committing a crime, a game dev crime, and you have to accept that. And it's okay to commit crimes, but it is a crime. So if you are going to do that and then the result is people don't like your game, that's on you. You don't really you committed a crime. So that's, you know, deal with it. Accept it. Move on. Mario can break blocks by hitting them while he's powered up. Small Mario can't break those suckers. Oh no. You may not be able to clear the course. Think about that when designing. Using parts, enemies. I'll teach you about Goombas and Koopa Troopas. But enemies like Goombas and Koopa Troopas will hurt Mario if they run into him. Let's observe a wild Goomba in its natural habitat. Hi, Goomba. Goomba isn't exactly a genius. That is so mean. That is so rude. How dare you? Keeps moving forward when it reaches the edge of a platform, only turning around when it comes to a wall. You defeat a Goomba by stepping on it from above. Poor guy. Next, we'll cover Koopa Troopas. Watch the movement of the green Koopa Troopa and the red Koopa Troopa. The green Koopa Troopa keeps moving forward when it reaches the edge of a platform, whereas the red Koopa Troopa turns around when it reaches the edge. Jumping on the green Koopa Troopa or the red Koopa Troopa from above will turn it into a shell and cause it to stop moving. Okay, so just explaining. Koopa Troopas. Mario can kick a Koopa shell by bumping into it from the side. It's also a good idea to think about terrain that allows players to use Koopa shells effectively. Biological, they're just programmed to move that way. Anyway, there are many other types of enemies as well. So don't avoid them. Treat enemies like truffle salt. A little bit goes a long way. Wait, what was the difference between green and red? I need to probably need to watch this again because I'm stupid. Okay. Okay, the movement. They move differently. Oh, right. Okay, so green Koopa Troopas do walk off ledges, but red ones don't. That is a difference. Yeah. Get to the end. Woo! Okay. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Using parts, gizmos. In this lesson, we'll be talking about gizmos. Handy for lots of things, including moving Mario around the level. Start with the lifts. Let's look at the lifts in action. Cover the trampoline, take a look. He went boing. But Mario reached high places. So you can adjust the length, you can adjust the rotation of them. Sounds goob. Super mushrooms. What's it gonna tell us? Most of this is gonna be very boring. I'm sorry. This is like the only way I'll motivate myself to get through this. Small Mario munches one of these. He can power up into a Super Mario. There he is. He's all big now. He's an adult. Small Mario turned into Super Mario and broke the blocks, allowing him to advance through the course. Are you sure it's cool to just leave power-ups lying on the ground like that? Doesn't seem very sanitary. I mean, there is a concept of hygiene in like a level, and like in art, like you kind of have to be a little hygienic. You can't just like leave too much mess around. Good point. And hygiene, like mess and hygiene being like things that like mistakes, not just mistakes, but like things that are a result of creating some like waste products, or something you want to kind of avoid having too much of in your art. Power-up items should probably be put into blocks to make them feel special. With that in mind, I'll put the super mushroom in the block. Yeah. All right, Nina, give this a try. Mama's feeling hungry for a super mushroom. Yeah. Nina's agony, while entertaining, is precisely why it's important to avoid creating areas that trap players. All right, so some pretty basic stuff, but still important. Still important to really remember. Don't trap players. Don't create scenarios where a player isn't able to escape from it. This lesson will discuss coins. Naturally drawn towards coins. Couldn't purchase my delicious edamame. Let's go ahead and play some coins. Cuckoo. I wonder, like, how do they decide to, like, how many words, how many O's to write? I think that's fun. I play some strat, like when you're writing coo. Like, how do you decide? I'm gonna have 2 O's, coo, comma, coo. How do you decide how to write that? Do you just, I don't know. A part of you has to decide, make a decision at some point. That's fine. I placed him strategically to lure Mario towards places I want him to jump to. Do what comes naturally. Coins are so good. They're such a good way to guide the player. You don't even think about it. I remember seeing the shiny, beautiful coins. Next thing I knew, I got Mario to the end. Yeah. Because your Mario skills are second to none? Humans. Another way to place coins. What's the other way to place coins? Cache of coins. All right. So I want the player to go over here. That's funny. I wasn't done explaining. Huh? Where am I? I saw all those coins. I just kind of blacked out. Why do you put all those beautiful coins there? Lying around. You really want to pick them up, don't you? This is coins here to give the player a sense of satisfaction. So, coins can be used to give satisfaction. Coins can be used to guide the player. Coins are a source of comfort. You can then use comfort to sort of make up for, or to reconcile with, or to relinquish some of your unhygiene. Like if you if you do something to make the player feel annoyed or anything, you can make up for it by giving them a lot of coins. Or if you ask the player to do a specific challenge, you can make up for it by comfort. Give the player comfort, and coins are a way to that comfort the player, because the sound is a cool sound. The sound is a nice sound to feel. Also, you like seeing the little number go up. Number go up feels good. So the satisfying sound, also like the idea of coins and money, and like there's something there that just feels good. So I think what this is trying to say is like, it's like you gotta have things that feel good to obtain in a game, especially in a game like this. Like there's gotta be something where like you feel it, and it's like it just feels good. Those are your coins. Like it's like your the token that relinquishes or forgives dishonesty. Coins are how the player forgives the designer, and the player can forgive the designer for doing things like getting in the player's way or telling the player what to do. If you, so let's say you are a sort of think of the idea as like a game is supposed to be free form. A game is supposed to be freeing. A game is supposed to be open. A game is supposed to be creative, and a game is supposed to be about exploration. When you tell the player what to do, that intrudes that. It intrudes on the promise and the potential of a game. And so you can make up for that by making that as comfortable or as pleasurable as possible, making how you intrude on the player, how you intrude on the player comfortable, pleasurable. And in this case, you can do that by giving them coins. If you have coins, yes, it feels, you are committing a sin by telling the player you must play in this way, but it is forgiven because coins are fun to obtain. That's the sort of, that is the, what I'm sort of getting out of this. Tracks. Like a train track? The frick? That's a fun way to spell things up. Send a track by sliding in the direction that you want it to go. Can't cross two tracks over each other, so don't get any big ideas. Mr. Y, what kind of parts can be placed on tracks? I'd say most parts can be put on tracks, though there are some turning gizmo parts that can't. Let's see here. You can put a lift on a track. Gameplay options like making vehicles transport players. See it in action. Meow. Combining tracks with hazards such as grinders can force the player to react in interesting ways. Right. Okay, so not, we're gonna replace this whole thing, but I think that's another example of what I was just talking about. How you can use, like here, for instance. I'm just going to skip this. Oh god, I made a mistake. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, so in that instance, the player was put into a trap with the little grinders, falling into it, and that kind of sucks. It's forgiven because there are coins. That's, I think, the idea that I want to really nail down. Why do you hate? They mistook difficulty for challenge. Oh, what a roast. I just want to stuff in every idea that pops into my head. Putting too many ideas in your course is an easy mistake to make. Chaos can be fun, but only if there's purpose behind it. The course certainly seems to lack a theme. Challenge player, try to pinpoint a specific skill you want them to demonstrate and use only parts that fit that theme. So there's another idea. Isolating skills. Limiting yourself to a few parts. I'd love to play that course. Okay, on difficulty. So the dawn of time, philosophers, game designers, and seat cushion engineers alike have asked a question. How hard is too hard? Everyone has their own opinion, but this area here feels fairly difficult to me. That is a lot of enemies. If we wanted to make this area easier, we could reduce the number of enemies. And one, I reduced the number of Goombas. Two, I changed the spinnies into Goombas, which can be squashed from above. I increased the space between the Goombas. Changing the number and layout of enemies made this area easier. Don't make it too easy, I like a good challenge. I'll now introduce another way to change the difficulty of a course. Ah! Nina, if you would. This controller is busted. I'm sure it's the controller's fault. Let's just make this area easier for the controller. You're up, Nina. See, Nina was able to make the jump in time. Nailed it, first try. Size or width of the platforms can also change the difficulty. Keep that in mind. All right, let's ask for some feedback. Got his name wrong. So what do you think? If I wasn't a world-class Mario player, I probably wouldn't have made it. Right, world-class. These small jumps to hop across them. Which have other people play your course and give your feedback. Okay. I don't know why. I'm now thinking about like, why don't mentors also ask for feedback? Mentors should be asking for feedback like all the time. That should be normalized. Okay, so there's some pretty cool stuff in here. I really like the way that they write this because it's clearly written from the perspective of somebody who's put a lot of time into thinking about the philosophy of game design and what it means to make something good. Like a lot of it, really careful knowledge lessons are put into this because you also need to, you know, consider that people playing this are going to be either kids or people who like play games, and you need to sort of teach people something as divine and as crucial as art, as creation, and how art is not always subjective, and how there are rules and it is important to master those rules, and how you can make mistakes as a designer and you can be objectively wrong as a designer, and you have to consider that there is a relationship between you and your audience, and that is what you're beholden to, and that is what you subject yourself to. And so it's not, you can't just say you can do whatever you want. Like, you have to call out common mistakes, but you also have to do that in a way that doesn't feel like the game itself is intruding or telling you exactly how to do something. So in a way, that, and with the same lesson with the coins, the game is also trying to tell you this is how you should do stuff, but while making it comfortable, pleasurable, and they can possibly, you know, the way they do that is then by having like these characters, these fun moments, having increasing the presentation or having great presentation. Very interesting, super fascinating. I don't know how much I want to go through all of this because it's a lot. And my brain, I'm not sure if my brain is really wired to go through all this right now. Like, this is going to take me at least like another hour. I think I'm going to hold off from this, from the rest of these, because I want to be able to like actually do this properly. I want to like have notes. I want to have a, you know, it's just a way to actually write down the things that I'm learning. I think for now, I'm just going to clip some of like the important stuff that I learned. And like I said, most of the purpose, the real purpose of the stream was just to see if I can get a Switch 2 stream working. And I think I did. I think I succeeded. I think. So, I'm also quite tired. Do we... I don't know. Do we sort of like... do we call it quits? I think... I mean, I definitely want to stream for at least another like half hour. I think let's just like... I really want to do this properly. Like, I really want to have like a notebook and set the stream up properly for this. So I think, yeah, let's just ignore that. I guess for now, we can just, since I do want to keep playing Mario Maker 2 specifically, we can go through some of the story mode, I suppose. There's no reason not to. What am I doing? So this is what happens when I play video games, by the way. This is why I'm sort of hesitant to play games on stream, because when I play video games, I black out often. I don't know where we were going with this. I have jobs. Hi, doggy. All right, let's do this. What is swinging claw escape? By the undo dog. Reach the goal without using any swinging claws. Okay. Oh, I failed it. Oh, that's gonna be tricky. You can't just put one on the. Okay, whatever. Okay, before we. I guess this is also like a time to just look through these levels and just appreciate the design of them. Because something that Mario or Nintendo is really good at is the levels feel like places. So we start here with like, you got like this backwards L shape. Thank you, make me big. I'm gonna try to just jump over you. Ah, please don't catch me. Oh, no. Damn it. Okay. Start over. Let's see. Luigi, you better not help me. This is my time to shine. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm so slippery. Let's try to like really look at like what's happening in this. So we've got like a tunnel. We've got, I'm gonna count how many claws there are. There's 1, 2. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's so many claws. 6. And then we're gonna go up. Oh my god. Come on. Okay. There we go. Thank you very much. Like, see, the way that this level feels like you're like climbing a mountain is crazy. Okay. Damn it. Oh, it's gonna be do the whole thing again, isn't it? Okay. I'm trying to appreciate the level design, bruh. Okay. Should I make Tuesdays my Mario Maker stream days? I'd rather kill myself, but I mean, it might be. I don't know. I really do want to get good at making these kinds, just like Mario Maker levels, just Mario levels. I really want to understand like what goes into a good Mario level, because I want to understand that. Like that is something that I think I would enjoy. Oh shit. Oh. Oh. Thank you very much. What is happening in this level? Why is this level so good? How is Nintendo so good at this, dude? Like, I gotta study this. Meow. All right, what else you gotta say, stupid dog? The fuck is your? Okay, swamp escaped by the shell. Okay, this is a Mario 3 level. Reach the goal without wearing a. All right, I see. How the heck are you supposed to? Oh, you have to knock it, I think. Wait, but am I not wearing it right now? Oh, while wearing. I thought I said without. Oh. Okay. Can you make this in Mario Maker? Like, can you make these like rising levels? I guess we're gonna find out. Whee! This stuff is just completely invisible to me. Like the stuff that is visible to me, just like the what it takes to make a good level. I would really like to know. Oh. Sorry, Mario. In fact, I want to know that so much. I'm gonna give up. Sorry. I want to learn what it takes to make a good level so much. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just going to right now. And I'm gonna spend the next 20 minutes just like playing around with the course maker. Now I already have a little bit of experience with it because I was playing around with it like a couple weeks ago. I don't really remember much about it. So we're just going to. I would like to course spot. The frick is course spot? Okay, my courses. How do I? Okay, I have this course that I'm making right now. I want to save it because I don't want to get rid of it. But I don't. It's kind of too much. It's kind of getting a little overwhelming. And I want to make something a little bit easier. So how do I save you? What the frick? Can I not work on multiple courses at once? Sound effects. What? What? Okay. What? Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh wait, no, this isn't my course. What? This is okay. I thought this was my course. This is not my course. Where's my course? Course maker. Is my course gone? What? I guess it must be. Maybe I already deleted it. That's so unfortunate. Huh. That's okay. I thought I already had a course. Yeah, it was like well, okay. I guess we're starting from scratch anyway. So let's go to which style do we do? This doesn't really matter. I guess we can start with this one. I don't know why I'm like nervous. Let's see, course theme. Start the ground. Let's make it a typical one. And then can we do, what other sound effects do we have? That's cute. Let's just like add, there we go. Can I not add it there? Okay. Wow, a really... Okay. I'm figuring things out, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right. I just want this to... Can I... How do I extend this? What the frick? Is it because I'm still in sound effects? How do I... Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's start with some ground. Is this what the OG did with the ground? Okay. I think it did. Is this the right chorus theme? You got sky, underwater, airship, castle, desert. What does sky look like? Sure. Let's leave it in the sky. What I would like to do is figure out, okay. IDK what this is. Interesting. What's a obstacle that we want to have? What are we trying to challenge the player in? I want to challenge the player Twister? The hecky is a twister. Okay. maybe we can challenge the player with these twisters. Okay, I can't do that. Otherwise, it will just fall. Good to know. Good to know. Will it just fall off? And then can I use this? Okay. So, based off of what I've just learned. Oh, let's go back. How do we? Okay. So, we want to... I don't want the player to really be alarmed here. I just want them to feel a little bit of fear. And then I can make up with that fear by adding coins. Does that work? Let's figure it out. Okay, so now I'm seeing that I think I want multiple twisters here. Okay, so that's too hard. Clearly. That's too hard. Let's extend this. And then let's just make this obvious that you need to do that thingy. Okay. The fact that these coins are here, I think, is actually harming me. So I think we can place the coins. I wonder if we can maybe add something up here. Like a block or something. I think it should be one. There you go. And I think once we have that, it should just be easy. Like it should just be a very simple, you know, we've rewarded the player with a clear path forward. And here too. This should be safe. So we can In fact, I think we can do like I really want this to just be like a just this is a pretty hard challenge to start with, so I want the player to feel rewarded very quickly and just feel comfortable, like understand that they are safe. I think we can accomplish that by we can use a lift with on a path. There we go. So that's the only problem, is that this does sort of leave that there. See what that's like. And then we can add some coins up here too. Right. Okay. I quite like this, like what I just did here. I don't know what I just did, but it's like, okay, we've got this obstacle. I think it's a little messy, like there's a little bit too much going on, but like I think this is neat. So then what do we want to put in here? We're not going to control the player. We're going to, we could add maybe I mean, we could add like a mushroom, I guess. Super Mario Bros. 2 mushroom? We're not going to do that. What does that do, though? What the fuck does a Super Mario Bros. 2 mushroom do? I don't know. Whoop. Okay. That's fun. We're not going to do that, but that is fun. A super mushroom versus a big mushroom. What the fricky is a big mushroom? It gives you 3 lives, I guess. Okay. So we're not going to do that either. I just want like a normal, maybe a Shoe Goomba. Huh? No. Go become small. Oh yeah, let's get rid of you too. Okay, what is that gonna do? Let's find out. I think also for here too, what we might want to do is we might want to just replace this one with another block. Maybe not this one, because that one sort of implies that you can do something in it. That's not what I want to do. What I do want to sort of lock that. Maybe like a hard block. Just to make it, just to give the player a little bit more confidence. Is that what you want? Is that what we want to do? No, I don't want to test them on that. Can we add? Okay, this is too much for now, but like, can we add this? Okay, there we go. Oh, what? Can you not add a twister? What? That's stupid. Whatever. So and that, I'm gonna take it up here. Okay, so I think that's a good first challenge. That might be actually. I want to have the player be clear that the twisters can't hurt them. If they don't know that, they need to be shown that. They need to be proven that. So, how can we make the player feel confident in that? We have to pit them into something. Okay. So step 1, let's make sure that the player can feel confident in being next to twisters. Let's just like ensure that. We're gonna want to move this. We could. Is a clear condition? What? Let's go without. What? You can. Do you like unlock these? What the frick are these for? Auto scroll. No auto scroll for us. Sorry, I'm just like. There's a lot here. Okay, how do I select? How do I make a larger selection? I have absolutely no idea. Oh, here we go. Multi-grab. There we go. Okay. Can we move this? Yeah, let's just like move this here, maybe. There you go. All right. Let's also get rid of that. Okay, starters. I just want the player to feel safe. I want to know. No, don't worry. You're not gonna get gotten by this thing. First, they have to know that the twister is there to help them. Then they have to know that the twister doesn't hurt them. So I think they can tell that the twister doesn't hurt them. That's my first thought, is that the twister hurts. Maybe if the twister is stuck like this. Like maybe the player has to go. But then how do we make the twister? Okay, how do I make you not like I need you on the fixed path? How do I accomplish that? Can I put the twister on a path? I probably can. Let's add a path. Okay, I think first help, then this. Okay, where's the path? Path. Where is the path? Am I track? There we go. All right, we're gonna add a track that goes like that, and then this thing. Okay, I thought this would go on the path. The twister is not going on the path. Okay, also, I'm just gonna erase this. Okay. So I thought the twister would stick on this path. So instead, what we're gonna have to do let's add a ground plane here. Oops. How do I? There we go. I can erase Mario. No, why is he being erased? Okay. Let's add this and let's just add this here. And then let's just make this like that. This is what we're gonna have to do. And then just to reward them, let's shower the player with some coins. I think this is a good way to do this. Have the player... It's a very safe environment for the player to understand. You know, like, hey. So there's an issue. There you go. So then this, we just gotta move this here so that the player, there's no way the player can get behind it. There you go. Now the player understands. Hey, this thing is good for you. And it's not going to hurt you. So I think that's cool. Here we can maybe add like an obstacle. This is actually a lot of fun. And then just so the player knows there's nothing down there. And then we're just gonna make the... There you go. And then of course we're gonna add some coins up here. Okay. This is kind of sick, isn't it? Isn't this kind of cool? I got this part right here. So then here we're introducing ourselves. 1, Twister's here to help you. 2, Twister can't hurt you. You can go in here, and there's nothing. You'll be a-okay. Then we'll jump here. We got the coins in here, and then beautiful. It's beautiful. This is like, hold on. I'm actually kind of proud of this. I think this is a pretty stellar. I think we're doing pretty stellar so far. Yeah, I think it's neat. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I am making a level, and I think it's decent. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is fun. I'm having fun. So... yeah. I think that's a good place to call the stream. Yeah, I'm like excited about this. So does this is this gonna save as? Please let me save. I'm gonna call this Twister Town. It's not a good name for this, but I don't really... Twister Mister. Yeah, sure. Twister Mister. There you go. I like that. I think we're doing a good job. Okay. I think that is the stream. So that's cool. That's fun. We're gonna maybe... Do we do this more? I mean, am I going to start streaming Mario Maker 2? Yes. This is like a plan for me. I just don't know if it's going to be on Tuesdays. It's definitely not going to be this early ever again, because fuck that. I feel miserable. I feel awful. However, I had a lot of fun with this, and I would like to keep doing this for sure. I would be very happy to. So, that's it. I'm gonna go through the stream. I'm gonna see if I can clip anything, and then we're just gonna see how things go. Au revoir. Or as the doggy says, he says, au revoir. That's what he says. Bye.